Longo, A Gangster's Tale, by J. N. Wdowski. For your full enjoyment, be sure to read, listen, or watch to the end. Tell us what you think. Positive and negative comments are both welcome. Chapter 24, Escalation. The 12 entered the terminal, spotting Joey. The oldest of them led the group to him. Longo. Standing an inch taller than him, he offered his right hand. Long time no see. Major Henderson? Yes, it has been. Joey responded with a Roman handshake as he looked at the group of men that stood behind the major. I was only expecting 2 of you. Henderson stroked the rough stubble on his chin. Our associates have been watching. They thought it is best to give you a full team. He looked at the men behind him. They are biting on their bits to chip in. Ho! The other men all voiced their gung-ho agreement in the major's statement. I don't have room for all of you, Joey worried. All taken care of. Henderson's blue eyes sparkled seeing Patty. And you are? Officer Patty McGregor. She reached out her hand to him. Instead of giving her a Roman handshake, he took her hand into his. Bowing slightly, he kissed the back of her hand. My pleasure, Officer McGregor. I am Major Richard T. Henderson, retired. Are you the principal? The principal? She smiled as she let her hand linger within his. She is not the principal. Joey answered, directing the major's attention to Detective McGregor. This is Detective McGregor, her father. Oh, Henderson let go of Patty's hand and offered his hand to McGregor. My honor, Detective. He gave McGregor a customary handshake. You boys are not going to be a problem in my humble little city, are you? McGregor questioned the major. Not at all, Detective. We are here to protect the principal and assist local law enforcement. You will find that all my men are highly trained professionals. Henderson explained. Think of us as the cavalry finally coming to the rescue. You've been binging on John Ford films again? Joey asked. The major turned to Joey. Ho! That evening, Joey pulled the Camaro up to a call box at the end of a road just outside a gated community. Joey Longo, with the principal. He spoke into the box. The large steel gates swung inward to allow him to drive into a private cul-de-sac that had 3 white modern McMansions. The homes all sat on well-groomed lawns. I never knew these houses were here. Trisha looked out the window from the back seat of the car. Sitting in the passenger front seat, Tommy turned to explain to her, corporate housing. Which corporation? The reporter in her asked. Not important. Joey answered as he pulled into the driveway of the center house. One of the men that he had greeted at the airport stepped out of the front door and approached the car. Tommy stepped out of the car, letting Trisha out. He then went to the trunk to get her bags and carried them into the McMansion. Not shutting off the engine, Joey remained in the car. Trisha, realizing he was not joining her, looked back into the car. Aren't you coming in? You'll be safe here. When you go out to do your reports, at least 2 of the security team will be with you. Joey explained to her. I was hoping you would stay with me, Joey. She seemed disappointed. Major Henderson will give you a secure phone that you can use to contact me, if you need to. He smiled. I'm only a phone call away. Where are you going? Home, take a shower, and go to bed. Tomorrow, she pressed. Where will you be tomorrow? Need to know. He looked into her large brown eyes. When all is well and done, I promise I will give you the scoop. Go on in. Tommy will stay with you. You'll have nothing to worry about. These men would give their lives for you. The next morning, 5 o'clock. Joey, for the first time in days, was able to sleep in his own bed, not a chair. Yet a restful sleep still escaped him. Staring up at his ceiling, he would only doze off for a few minutes only to wake again. His mind would not let him rest, no matter how tired he was. He kept replaying in his head how he could have done things differently to prevent the deaths of Anita and Mei Hua. He thought that he should have physically forced both of them to have stayed with him, or he should have called in Henderson and his men in sooner. He should have taken the fight directly to Chen when he had the opportunity to do so, even though he knew it would have led to his arrest and inability to complete their goals. The associates, this was their entire plan, not his. He knew deep down that America was too far gone. The enemies of the Republic had their heads burrowed deep in the fabric of the nation, like engorged ticks on a deer. They played the long game extremely well. Their march through the institutions was completely successful. He had tried to explain to the associates that their plan would take decades to see any progress, that is, if it were not too late. Several of the associates were die-hard believers in the need to save the country. They realized that another generation of these trends, America will not be America anymore. The remaining associates were wealthy Ivy League professionals that spent their days behind desks in doctors' offices, corporate headquarters, Washington think tanks, or in their legal firms. They loved gangster movies, the Godfather trilogy, Goodfellas, The Sopranos, Casino, and Scarface. They were involved in this underworld attempt to change the nation's direction so they could indirectly live out their fantasies through Joey. Looking at the blank ceiling above him, he thought out loud, "I am not even a gangster." His new security phone rang. Reaching for it on the night table, he picked it up and answered, "Yes?" 6:15. Joey was in McGregor's office as requested. "What's the problem now?" Patty came with mugs of coffee. "Only cream, no sugar." She handed the coffee to Joey. "Regular," placing the other cup on her father's desk. "You don't need to get me coffee, Patty. You make me feel guilty." Joey thanked her. "Good. Maybe you'll feel so guilty you'll buy me dinner sometime soon." She smiled and walked away. "She's not for you, Longo," McGregor reminded him. "Isn't that her decision?" Joey teased him. "Well, yes." McGregor, disgruntled, had to agree. "I am here because you called me at 5 a.m. to come in. I am sure you didn't bring me in to talk about Patty. What is it, Detective?" Joey did not sit, but stood as he sipped his hot coffee. 6 chartered buses pulled in last night," McGregor started. "More protesters?" 2 of the buses were masked, black-clad activists," McGregor pointed out. "And that's not all. 2 pallets of bricks have been deposited across the street from the NE news station. So you know where their next target is. They want to intimidate the news, force them to fire Trisha and change their narrative. You just need to put your men in front of the station." Joey realized things were escalating, but it was something the local police could handle. McGregor sighed deeply. "We have been ordered by the mayor to stand down. We are not to intervene. We have been told to allow them to blow off steam." "Checkmate," Joey responded. "Checkmate?" McGregor seemed confused by Joey's reply. "If you do nothing, they terrorize the NE news and win." Joey elaborated. "If you respond and use force to break them up, you fall into their narrative that the police are stormtroopers, fascists, and racists. They will scream, 'Police brutality.'" Joey calmly drank his coffee. "The question is your mayor helping them to achieve the first option? Does she want to pressure the news to change? Or does she realize that if you act and crack down on them, you are fulfilling their wanted narrative?" "What of Major Henderson and his team?" McGregor asked. "Could they defend the NE news building?" "It would be like using a bazooka to kill ants." Joey dismissed the idea. "Those men are only to be used when the other side has deadlier weapons than bricks from Home Depot. Using them would be worse optics than the police cracking down on the protesters." "I see what you mean," McGregor frustratedly asked. "Then what can we do?" Be sure to continue to Chapter 25, Showdown.
To support the author, please like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Mirror's the only crowd I see is gaze. No claps, no cheers, just the beat of my chest. The grind don't need applause to manifest. From the curb with dreams.